Hey guys, welcome back to Talking with Tyler, and on today's podcast, I will be recapping the Broncos versus Jets game that happened this past Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. in London, and my dad's back once again. It was another Jets loss. They fall to 0-6. So, how are we feeling, Dad?
Not good. Jets played pretty poorly, coached pretty poorly. It's no joy in Mudville, team.
I mean, there was a lot of the Jets played poorly, but they were in this game. They only lost by 2 points, and their defense really looked good in this one. So, what were your thoughts on the defense? They didn't have a great game in any of these games before this. So, what were your thoughts on the defense?
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you keep a team to 13 points, you're supposed to win. That's how it works in the NFL. But unfortunately, Jets are finding new ways to ultimately, lose. And yeah, I mean, listen, they were able to hold that team to 13. I think they finally got their first turnover and got the recovery. So in their sixth game of the season, they were able to do that. But not really much capitalization on that. They were able to get 3 field goals from Nick Folk, and then we actually had a safety, which was nice by the defense as well. But unfortunately, just could not get anything going on offense. And when they did, there wasn't much going on even beyond that. Jets offensive line, well, I wouldn't say the offensive line, but the Jets gave up 9 sacks. Some were offensive line, but a lot were Justin Fields just holding on to the ball entirely too long, checking down, not making reads, and just getting sacked.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with what you said about the Jets had their first takeaway of the game, and I pointed out last week that they didn't play Jason Brownlee Jr., and he was the one that actually created the turnovers. So I really liked what he did, creating this first turnover for the defense. And the Jets, yeah, like you said, Justin Fields got sacked 9 times, and it was all based off him, basically. The offensive line did play poorly, but he held on the ball way too long. And that's definitely not a good sign, because the previous games before this, he actually took off with his legs, and he didn't really get going at all. 7 attempts for 31 yards, and now people online are saying that he should get benched. So, are you for him getting benched, or do you want to see him out there again?
Well, I mean, after 6 games going 0-6, season basically over, not going into the playoffs, I'm not saying we want the Jets to tank, but in the same respect, I don't know what winning really does. I mean, yeah, obviously winning feels good, and it keeps people motivated and watching the games and things like that. But I'm just not 100% sure that I don't know if they went to Tyrod last week, could they have gotten a win? I would probably say yes. The concern is that he does not seem like he's progressing. It also seems like the offensive coordinator is not comfortable, or they're not confident that he's going to be making plays. And here's the bottom line, is we're losing anyway. So let him throw the ball down the field. Let him, come up, like open up the offense, try and do something. Like we're holding him back, you're coddling him and not really allowing him to do much. And he's still not doing that well. I mean, again, 9 for 17 for 45 yards. Sacked 9 times for 55. So the Jets' offensive passing was minus 10 yards for the game. I think they said it hasn't happened since like 2001, which is just insanity. And, just the topping on the cake was we fake a punt, get the first down, move down another 15 yards to like the 50-yard line, in a one-score game. There's 15, 16, 17 seconds left on the clock. Justin Fields looking over to the sideline saying, Coach, what do you want me to do? It's 4th and 1. What do you want me to do? And nobody knew what was going on. It just let the clock run out. Now, I said to you when we were watching a game, I said, well, why not just throw a Hail Mary? Maybe you get a penalty, maybe you catch the Hail Mary. But to your credit, you said, what if we have another Black Friday incident? We were at that game, I think it was Miami, where we throw the ball long, they get it at the 1 yard line and run it back 99. It doesn't matter. We lost anyway. So it was just, and then Garrett Wilson, goes up to the coach and he starts asking him, like, what in the world were we just doing? And it didn't look like he liked his answer, and he let him have it. And listen, you don't ever want to disrespect your coach. You don't really want to see that out in public, but he's got a legitimate gripe. Now, unfortunately, I don't think he had a great game. He did not get a ton of balls passed to him. Some of them were behind him, but 3 catches for 13 yards on 8 targets. Not going to win if your best player is playing that way.
Exactly right. And they just announced the other day that he's not going to be playing against the Panthers. So it looks like it's going to be Allen Lazard and Josh Reynolds. Who do you think is going to be the person to step up for the Jets against the Panthers?
That's radio silence right now. I don't know. I think it's going to have to be by committee. If we're going to throw the ball, are we going to throw it to our tight ends? Is Taylor going to get the ball more? Is Breece going to get the ball? Is Isaiah Thomas going to get the ball? Like, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, we're going to have to probably use Justin Fields' legs, and I don't know if they sit him. If they didn't sit him in the last game, what's the justification of sitting him this time? And I think unfortunately he's been in this league for a decent amount of time, and he's shown that he just might not be a good QB1. I'm not saying he's not a QB1, but maybe not a productive one. So it's going to be scary. We're going to be home, not 100% sure if we're going to have full crowd and full stands every home game that we've been to so far. Half the stadium has been the opposite team. So I don't know.
I feel like the Jets actually this year have been playing a lot better at home than on the road. I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like the Steelers, it was a close game. The Bills was the only game that was not close. But other than that, I feel like it was pretty close, except the Cowboys too.
That's all of them. It's yeah. I mean, listen. Yeah, I love your optimism, and I appreciate it. And again, you're just 15 years in to this life sentence, but I'm going on 47 right now, and we as Jet fans, I'm not me personally. I don't see an end in sight. I don't really see a silver lining. Is it going to, I mean, obviously it's a rebuild, but is it a rebuild and the coach stays? If he finishes out this season and we win a game or two, get a high draft pick, you're going to pick a quarterback, then it's going to take a while to get that person going. And then by that time, are you determined that he's your head coach? I don't know. It's definitely not time to fire him, but you have to have some real conversations here because we keep talking about fundamentals and building blocks. I don't really see it. And the people that you're doing that with now are the people that you've paid to, which is Quentin Williams and Garrett Wilson. We're wasting their prime. And by the time our team is good, they're going to be either beyond their prime or somewhere else. So those fundamental building blocks are not here. I don't think the foundation that you're building are with people that are currently here right now, because they're not going to be in the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, the Jets just have to develop these guys, and I feel like this is going to be another rebuilding year. So I feel like we need some of the younger guys to really show who they are. I feel like Mason Taylor, he's had a really good receiving year, but he was quiet against the Broncos. He only had 1 target, 1 reception for 2 yards. I feel like he's going to be a player that I feel like he's going to have a big game against the Panthers. The Panthers defense is not the best, and they're actually 3-3 on the year. I was actually really surprised by the way they've been playing this year, but they're really unpredictable, and I feel like the Jets might pull out the upset over the Carolina Panthers. What do you think the Jets have that chance to upset them?
I mean, it's the NFL, so there's always an opportunity to win. And like, listen, we're going to the game. We're there. We're watching. You know, we'd like to see success. You know, does it mess up a draft pick or something along those lines? Yeah, but these guys are professionals. They want to go out there. They want to win. They want to play well. Their portfolio is to say on their on the tape. So it's just really, really disappointing and really, really, upsetting that, this is where we are again prior to Halloween. We're not, there's no more meaningful football. So that's really, really disheartening. It's tough. I'm sure it's tough for those professionals too, but I say this all the time, never feel bad for millionaires. So they're out there. They're supposed to be doing it. I'd love to see our defense not just rush 4 all the time. I'd like to see some safety blitzes. I'd like to see some linebackers getting in there, some crisscross patterns and getting to the quarterback. I mean, we haven't done that recently. We only had Jermaine Johnson had 1 sack this last game, but there's no creativity on defense. There's no creativity on offense. At least, Rex Ryan, they were blitzing from all over the place. You had some, you watch all these other teams, they have some continuity on offense, but then they also have some creativity, and they're making plays. And you see guys now and coaches going for it on 4th down, 4th and, not just inches, 4th and 4, 4th and 5, because they have trust in their team. And the coaching staff doesn't have it, nor does the crowd, and to be honest, probably the players.
It's just demoralizing. Just nobody has had that type of year for the Jets, and I want to bring it back to Justin Fields. I don't think he's gonna get benched. I feel like this Broncos defense is really good this year. They have Nick Bonito coming off Defensive Player of the Year, and they also had Alex Singleton, probably one of the best outside line safeties, I think. And I just feel like this Broncos defense is really good, and I feel like that was the reason why Justin Fields didn't have his best game. And I feel like I feel like the Jets need to give him another shot, because Garrett Wilson was really out of the Denver Broncos game. He only had 3 receptions, 5 incompletions, and I just thought Garrett Wilson was just really out of it, and the rest of the wide receiver group was too. So I just want to see for the next game against the Panthers, I want to see the tight ends really step up. I feel like Mason Taylor has had some season in his rookie season, and Jeremy Ruckert, I don't know where he went. He actually was getting some nice catches in previous games, but no targets, no receptions in the Broncos game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's not much to talk about. I think this podcast is a little ho-hum, rightfully so, because the Jets are in the bottom of the league. They're in the doldrums. Could we dig out of this? Let's see some professionals get out, continue to play hard, try and do better, try and do well. Give me. I don't even know if we could do studs and duds, but give me your, a group, a team or a portion of the game that you thought did well.
I want to give my stud to the game, to the special teams. I gotta say, Isaiah Williams and Keen Nwengu doing the returning. Isaiah Williams had a 31 long, and then Keen Nwengu 72 long. I feel like that really set the Jets up. Those two guys really set the Jets offense up with great field position, and they've been doing it so far this year. But in week 1, it was Xavier Gibson that really was costly. But other than that, I feel like this special teams and the returning has been really good. I'm just really surprised that Isaiah Davis didn't get one shot at returning. And if I have to say a dud, I feel like it would have to be Justin Fields. He really held the ball too long, overly too long.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think your stud is right on. Nick Folk has been perfect. Been perfect this past game. I think he's perfect all year. I don't believe he's of course I'll jinx him, but I don't think he's missed a field goal or an extra point the whole entire season. So kudos to him. Again, special teams have been putting the Jets in good offensive positions, giving them a decent field position, and we just haven't been able to capitalize with 6. So that was difficult. Dud, obviously Justin Fields. Defense, I don't think you could give it to the defense because, like you said, they did play pretty well this game, holding a team to 13. You hold a team to 13, you're supposed to win. I've talked about Aaron Glenn being the dud a couple times. I think this has to come down to offensive coordinator. Got to open up the playbook. Let the guy throw downfield. If you throw downfield, even if he doesn't make it, doesn't make a completion, or he makes a mistake, at least there's something to cheer about. But run right tackle, pickup of 1. Run left tackle, pickup of 1. Guess what? 3rd and 8. We're going to throw the ball. They're going to stack the box. They're going to, they're going to play cover. They're going to play, man, zone, whatever it is, and it's 3 and out. So let them throw the ball down the field a little bit. Give a little excitement to the game, to the crowd. For every 1 he makes, or 2 he makes, or he misses 1, like, who cares? Just take the training wheels off and let him play, and give us an opportunity to win. And if he makes a mistake, he makes a mistake. You're going to live with it. If not, put Tyrod in. He's a serviceable. He's been a number 1 before, and what are they concerned about? That he goes on a little bit of a run? That happened with Mike White, and it infused some excitement in the stadium. Maybe they don't want that because they don't want a controversy, but you got to do something. It's not pretty.
I feel like they should give Tyrod a chance at some point the rest of the season. But if the Jets do get the number 1 pick, do you think they go quarterback?
I would love for them to go new owner, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, listen, you hope that you have 16, 17 shots at it. Maybe you get one right, but we've passed on people before. We've taken people that have not panned out. Who's to say maybe not the next time? But I know I'm Debbie Downer here. I'm supposed to be positive Mike, but it's difficult. Listen, I'm still excited to go tailgate with you, tailgate with the Brownlees at J4, and we'll have a good time. It's going to be good weather, good time, and we'll watch the London game in the parking lot. I'm giving away free Oktoberfest beers for anyone that's 21 and over. So come by J4 and check us out.
Definitely check us out. We'll be right across from the Gotham City crew. Shout out to them. They put together some great tailgates. I know the owner over there, and we also have a tailgate of our own. We have a big bread truck, and we have some cool stuff in there. We got like a Jets banner. What else do we have in there, Dad?
We got a TV, so we'll be watching the game. DVD player. We got our cornhole game. Just a good time with really good friends, good Jet fans, lifelong Jet fans. So they've gone through the misery with us too. We'll have to get the Bradleys, Mike Bradley, his dad. We have to get Frankie. Got to get everyone on a podcast one time and let them share in the agony.
I would love to. So if you're listening out there, Mike Bradley or the rest of the Bradleys, definitely reach out, and we'll definitely have you on at some point. And any other Jets fans out there that want to be on, I'm definitely looking for some fans to join, because I just want to get new people and new insights from everybody. I just don't want it to be me and my dad the entire time. I just want to expand and hear some new people's thoughts. And that's about it for the show, guys. So thank you guys all for listening out there. Have a fantastic rest of your Friday night. And to all Jets fans out there, let's Jet up, because I have a good feeling the Jets are going to get their first win very soon.